What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy here, X Gaming, bringing you yet another video. Now, I know it's been a couple months since I brought you guys a video, so I thought, hey, why not bring you guys a computer tutorial, so to speak. Now, with that being said, this is the horrendous rat's nest in my computer. Now, good specs, decent specs, but too many rat's nests, and I pretty much ghetto styled a H100i V2, the 240mm slot. Then when I called Corsair, they said it doesn't fit with the fans, and that's not what I really want to go for. So we're going to try and do it without the fans and see if we can get a quieter PC. Had a rocket fish in the front, didn't really need it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with the unself-rating front screwdriver. Here it is, of the H100i V2 from my CPU. Tried overclocking a little bit, it didn't work too well, so I just kept the E series going as it is. So that's one washer, only about 3 or 4 though. So the real thing you want to be worried about with cable management and the Corsair 200R is getting your motherboard seated correctly in the first place. Now, when I first seated mine, didn't work too well. Now this is the last screw, so I'm going to put some hand support under it, and I may just mount it in a regular configuration. Works well either way. See what temperatures we get. If we don't get sufficient temperatures that look like they be of usage, then I'll put the static pressure fans on. But like I said, we're kind of going for an all-out quiet build. We're just going to slide that radiator out. And nothing too bad, actually. Just got to disconnect my Molex, not the Molex, my bad. The fan header connectors. So just gonna slide up, boop, boop, disconnected. And now we're gonna disconnect the radiator from the motherboard. Get all these screws off. I did put them pretty tight, just to kind of ensure that they wouldn't leak. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. So make sure after you use your thumb screw, you want to make sure that you use a screwdriver to tighten down on the CPU. You want to have a good clamp, not to the point where you can't get it off. Kind of what I did to mine, but at the end of the day, it isn't too much of a biggie. Now what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to have, let's see, I'm going to have to remove my motherboard, all the hard drives, everything like that. I got 2 hard drives, I have an SSD. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I need to loosen it in a star pattern. That way it's not too much uneven pressure on the CPU at one given time. But I'm going to try and reroute this. This is going over my graphics card. And I have a side window. And I'm trying to reroute the Corsair Link cable and try and ail some of the aesthetic nightmares with dealing with this case. Now I do have to put a lot of pressure everywhere to make sure not to puncture the H100i, but like I said, it's more of a cable management and at the same time an aesthetic remodeling project, if you will. So I'm going to try and set that down there. It's good. And this makes it a little bit easier. Disconnect the cable while we're at it. The Corsair 200R on the case of cable management is an overall pretty nice case. I really liked it when I first got it. I wasn't trying to go for a 900D, but probably going to have to upgrade sooner or later to an NZXT case for the silent aspect. But like with all PC projects, that's money, and money is something that half of us teenagers don't really have. So there we go. Now, like I said before, going back to what I said, do not do it too tight because this is really tight and I can't get it off. I'm gonna have to take out some other components while I'm at it. My 960 right here. Don't know where to place it. I'll just place it over here. The Delta table. Maybe I'll replace a back plate. I have an extra back plate for it. That has marks in it, so just a nice replacement for it. Okay.